Hello, good evening and welcome to Business Live. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, rent, food and school fees identified as main drivers for May 2026 inflation rate of 3.7%, marking a second consecutive monthly rise.
In May 2026, Ghana's year-on-year inflation was 3.7%. Consumer Price Index rose to 270.2 in May 2026, up from 260.5 a year earlier.
Also in this bulletin, Ghana secures a major boost for its agricultural transformation agenda after signing a $1.5 billion Ghana AgriConnect Compact with the World Bank, International Fund for Agricultural Development, the International Finance Corporation, and other development partners.
We are committing $1.5 billion into the project. And you know, if you invest $1.5 billion in agriculture in Ghana.
Plus, from seeds to solutions, the Joy Business Van takes you to Legacy Crop Improvement Center, which is spearheading Ghana's smart seed revolution as we mark Agribusiness Month. We have details of this and more for you. Please stay.
Business Live on Joy News is brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Telecel, connecting energies.
Thanks so much for your time. I am Pious, Kojo, Backah, and look now at our stories. Ghana's inflation dynamics in May 2026 were largely shaped by food prices, locally produced goods, and uneven regional price developments. Addressing journalists, government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu explained that locally produced items accounted for about 92% of total inflation, underscoring the dominance of domestic supply conditions in shaping price movements. More in this report.
May 2026, the prices of goods and services typically purchased by households were 3.7% higher than in May 2025, according to the latest Consumer Price Index data released by the Ghana Statistical Service.
To put that 3.7% in its proper context, look back just 1 year earlier. In May 2025, inflation stood at 18.4%. So, in the space of 12 months, the rate of price increases has fallen by a remarkable 14.7 percentage points. That is one of the most encouraging stories in these numbers we are releasing today. The pressure that was squeezing households' budgets so painfully a year ago, has eased dramatically.
Dr. Idris noted that households continue to face rising food prices in May, which remain a key driver of inflation during the period.
Month on month, food prices jumped 2%. What does this mean? It means that between April 2026 and May 2026, food prices increased by 2%. So food is where families are feeling the most recent pressure, and we are watching it very closely. Non-food inflation, which is everything else, from clothing to fuel to school fees, went the other way. It eased slightly to 4.1% year-on-year in May, down from 4.2% in April. Month-on-month, non-food prices rose by only 0.4%. So while food prices accelerated, non-food prices were calmer. Together, non-food items accounted for about 62% of total inflation, and food for about 38%.
Regionally, the Northeast region recorded the highest inflation rate at 10.1%, while the Savannah region registered the lowest rate at negative 3.0%.
Meanwhile, fresh tomato prices have emerged as one of the most significant drivers of food inflation in May 2026. Government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idris revealed that fresh tomato prices rose by 35.8% year-on-year and surged by a striking 38.8% month-on-month between April and May 2026.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us now focus on a few key items, because this is where global events and local realities show up clearly in prices. The clearest example I want to begin with is fresh tomatoes. Over the year, tomato prices rose by 35.8%. And in just a single month between April and May, their prices jumped up by a striking 38.8%. This was not a one-month event. Only a month earlier, that's in April 2026, the year-on-year rate was a mild 2.6%, but the month-on-month jump was already 34.3%. So tomatoes have now climbed sharply for 2 months running. Behind the tomato surge lies a real supply shock. The attack on Ghanaian traders in Burkina Faso in February this year, followed by an export ban in March, disrupted the flow of tomatoes into our markets. The export ban was reversed on the 2nd of April 2026, but the disruption had already put.
All right, let's explore this further. Joining us via Zoom, phone, I should say, is the Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, Anthony Morrison. Thank you very much, Anthony, for making time to join us here on Business Live. And first off, what was your impression about inflation inching up to 3.7%? Expected, you would say?
Yeah, of course. For us at the private sector, these are some of the concerns we need to be looking at. At what rate, by what digit are the figures moving up or down? Now, we're talking about the fact that even though the dollar previously, a few months ago, used to be stable, we've seen some increased upward adjustment. So when you see inflation going up the same manner, it's a bit of concern for us. But that notwithstanding, we're also looking at how we can adjust ourselves towards the global logistical supply shocks, which are currently having impact on our trade, especially the inputs that are required to be able to sustainably and continue to produce foodstuffs for the Ghanaian consumers.
Mr. Morrison, more importantly, we are learning fresh tomato prices were the biggest driver for food inflation in May. What really happened during that time?
Yes, this is not only limited to this year. Over the past 10 years or 12 years, we have been experiencing food shocks during this period because this is our minor season. This is the season that ideally we go to Burkina Faso and other countries. We also import from Morocco and South Africa some tomatoes to augment what is produced here in Ghana. A minor season, not because we are not capable of producing the same we produce during the major season. If you are quite aware, we produce about 450,000 metric tons annually, with about 30% thereabouts post-harvest losses. However, we do produce about 50,000 metric tons during the minor season. If you remember also that Ghana is the second largest consumer of tomatoes in Africa. So the demand is huge. Every diet of ours constitutes tomatoes in our diet. Let me say that the minister has set up a ministerial committee on the tomatoes. We are also on the 24-hour economy, the National Task Force on Feed, trying to improve the current seed yield from the current yield of 8 metric tons per hectare and working around 20 metric tons per hectare, which Burkina Faso is doing well at. We also need to make sure that we are improving skills of our farmers and deepening irrigation. But most importantly, Pious, we need to be clear on how this strategy we are adopting will work for the private sector. The issue about food trade in West Africa is a matter of policy, trade policy. No matter what we do, no matter the investment, if we do not control importation of cheaper goods, while we invest into the local economy in terms of expanding and providing key infrastructures like irrigation and post-harvest loss mechanisms, whatever we do in terms of investment and we still continue to allow cheaper inflow, we are not going to depart from what we are experiencing now. We need to be very strategic. We need to, one question that bothers us at the Chamber of Agribusiness is that what is Ghana's agriculture foreign trade policy? What are we working on as a country? And have we been able to develop any competitive or comparative policy that is strengthening our production while also protecting local producers against cheaper inflow? Because right now, if you look at the 24-hour economy, that is encouraging the producers and processors to integrate the 24-hour model into their production. So if they're able to produce 3 times of what they normally would have produced once, and they are not getting market, that means that the 24-hour economy may probably not work if we do not strengthen the protection mechanism for both producers and processors in Ghana. Indigenous producers and processors must be protected. Every country does that. Even the superpowers, China and America, they are protecting their manufacturers and farmers. And we also need to develop same. We can't be here and allow cheaper imports, especially as you can see for the case of tomatoes and also rice, 2 of the most consumed commodities that we have in the country, aside maize, which we consume about 3.2 million metric tons. So these are the narration that we need to do. Government will need to take the balls to hold certain strong policies and stick with it. It was for that reason the Chamber was against the renegotiation with Burkina Faso with regards to the tomato ban lifting. And those are some of the things that will also encourage local investments to go into the sector.
Anthony Morrison, thank you very much for your time. He is the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, speaking to us here on Business Live. Now, we want to stay longer within the industry because Ghana has secured a major boost for its agricultural transformation agenda after signing a $1.5 billion Ghana Agri-Connect Compact with the World Bank, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, the International Finance Corporation, and other development partners. The compact is expected to create more than 2.6 million jobs over the next 5 years while driving investments across the agricultural value chain, improving food security and strengthening the country's agribusiness sector. More in this report.
Speaking after the signing ceremony, Minister for Food and Agriculture Eric Opoku described the agreement as a significant milestone in government effort to modernize agriculture and make the sector a key driver of economic growth.
For the rice value chain alone, we have selected 5 crops under this project. We are looking at rice. For rice, we develop the entire value chain from production through processing until it gets to the table for consumption. The biggest challenge we have in our country has to do with rice processing. We don't have modern equipment for milling, but under this project, we are going to capacitate some of the processors to improve upon their capacity to mill. No, we are committing $1.5 billion into the project. And you know, if you invest $1.5 billion in agriculture in Ghana, you are likely to get more than 2.6 million, jobs. But we are being modest. We are targeting 2.6 million. But we know that because of the huge investment, the jobs that will be created, direct and indirect, should be more than 2.6 million.
The International Finance Corporation's Division Director for West Africa, Nathalie Kouassi Akon, said the private sector will play a crucial role in achieving the objectives of the compact.
So IFC, the institution that I represent, is the private sector arm of the World Bank Group. So as such, our clients are the private sector clients. As we know, and as it's been explained during the session, the vision is really to move from farming to commercial, agribusiness, commercial large firms. And this is really where the private sector needs to intervene. It will require large investment from the private sector, and our role will be to de-risk this private sector so that they can make those investments in Ghana. We're also advising the private sector and providing through our advisory service for investment in specific value chain. In Ghana, more specifically, we're working with few actors in rice, but also in the around the vegetable value chain.
For her part, Lakshmi Mullah, IFAD Country Director for Ghana, stressed the importance of ensuring that smallholder farmers remain at the center of the transformation agenda.
So IFAD basically is a partner with the World Bank, and the government of Ghana is leading on AgriConnect, and IFAD remains a partner with the government of Ghana, which we've done for 40 years, to continue to build the agri-sector, especially with smallholder farmers. So it is expected that IFAD will target directly about 70 million smallholder farmers across the globe, including in Ghana, in this AgriConnect compact to ensure that they get out of poverty as well as contribute to an efficient, functioning, profitable agri-food system.
The Ghana AgriConnect compact is expected to support investments in agriculture production, processing, storage, logistics, and market access while enhancing climate-smart farming practices.
Next is the Joy Business Van after this break.
In the first quarter of 2026, Telecel Ghana Foundation continued its commitment to connecting communities through health and education. In health, the focus was simple: bringing care closer to the people who need it most. From cervical cancer screenings in partnership with Kolebu Teaching Hospital to community-wide medical outreach in Yeji and Chamba, and free ultrasound services for expectant mothers in underserved regions, hundreds of women gained access to essential care. With free NHIS registration, that support extended even further. In education, the focus shifted to the future.
We are very grateful for bringing us these kits. That is going to give us an exposure to robotics and other engineering areas.
Thank you, Telecel! Through the Telecel Digitech Academy, hundreds of students across 5 regions were equipped with practical skills in coding, robotics, and web design, building real solutions to real problems. With a strong emphasis on inclusion, young girls were also introduced to digital skills through the Grow Girls in STEM program. Because when access meets opportunity, communities don't just grow, they thrive.
We hope that many of these young ones will have the interest in STEM activities.
It's more than just a ceremony for us all. It's a moment we'll remember for a very long time.
As the journey continues, so does the commitment to connect, to empower, and to transform lives across communities.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind the ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, Please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, Joy News, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization and live coverage of the Ghana Horticulture Expo 2026 from the 11th to the 13th of June at the State House forecourt. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Hello again, welcome back to Business Live. In the face of Ghana's persistent seed production challenges, one man is changing the narrative. Amos Rutherford-Azunu, founder of Legacy Crop Improvement Center, is pioneering a new era in hybrid seed production with cutting-edge facilities and bold innovation. As part of the Joy Business Agribusiness Month, we put the spotlight on Legacy Crop Improvement Center on the Joy Business Van today.
In Ghana, one of the greatest challenges facing the agriculture sector isn't just poor rainfall or lack of fertilizer, it's the access to quality seeds and machinery needed to produce them. This has led to low local seed production, forcing the country to rely heavily on imported seeds. But in the quiet town of Otariso in the eastern region, one man is leading a bold movement to change that narrative.
My name is Amos Rutherford-Azunu. I am the CEO of Legacy Crop Improvement Center. Legacy is a seed business entity headquarters in Legacy Square, Otariso. Legacy is in the business of seed production, marketing, distribution to farmers in Ghana, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Togo.
In 2016, Amos Rutherford-Azunu took a leap of faith and ventured into seed production. Through his company, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, he pioneered hybrid maize foundation seed production in the private sector, a niche few dared to explore.
We are producing this seed because we realize that one of the deficits in our food value chain is availability and accessibility of high quality seed to farmers. As Legacy today, we have one of the finest maize variety that the Kramis month we provide A biofortify that the farmers are planting in order to support their production. This variety is climate resilient and able to manufacture on the mature on the right time for farmers to actually get a good harvest out of it.
Today, Legacy Crop Improvement Center doesn't just serve Ghana. Amos's reach has extended across the West African sub-region, fulfilling a growing demand for high-quality hybrid seeds.
Normally, you realize that other varieties are over 100 days, but if, for instance, you take our variety Legacy 26, which is a yellow maize, pro-vitamin A enhanced, it's 85 days the farmer is harvesting that variety. So even if the rain falls short on the way, the farmer is going to guarantee of some harvest. For instance, last year when we have 8 weeks of erratic rainfall pattern in some part of the country, on a variety that the farmers actually depend on was Legacy 26 because of its short duration period.
Building on his success, Amos registered a subsidiary in 2019 focused solely on certified hybrid seed production. The goal: empower local farmers, reduce seed imports, and improve food security.
So for us, we want to make sure every farmer receive high quality seeds, and those seeds are climate smart, nutrition enhanced, and also the delivery has to be on timely manner. For instance, if you're a farmer, you are listening to me in any part of Ghana, you don't need to come to Legacy to buy 1 kilo. Whatever you are, once you place in a call or you reach out to us, somebody will get back to you, and within 24 hours, you should be able to receive your seed. We believe that the timely delivery of our service and product to the farmers is the hallmark of our business, and that's also going to prepare the farmers to achieve whatever they are doing. This business is actually regulated by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. They make sure that the law, we have a law that actually governs whatever we do in terms of avoiding contamination, processing, and all those things. There's a law that is actually governing this principle. So we work in hand with our friends in the ministry to make sure that we deliver the high quality service to these farmers.
Amos's mission has always been clear: to boost productivity from the seed up.
These are organic seeds. For lack of better word, let's say conventional breeding. These are not what normally they refer as genetically modified organisms. These days we are looking at a product that will enable farmers not to use a lot of chemicals. For instance, recently we heard of 4-army worm, where the farmers had to spray a lot to cure that insect or the pest. Even a cowpea, which is one of the crops that insect like. We are trying to bring a new variety in the system that actually the farmers will not end up using a lot of chemical to control that. So by so doing, which is exposing them to health hazard through those chemicals, and also by extension exposing our environment also to those chemicals.
From a bold idea in 2016 to a national agricultural asset in 2025, Amos Rutherford Azunu is planting more than seeds. He's sowing a future of food security, farmer empowerment, and agricultural excellence. Next time on the Joy Business Van, we get more insight into how the seeds are produced and what next after 10 years of production.
We are looking for one drought tolerance and pro-vitamin A maize. The one that will be more resistant and higher in terms of higher yield than what we have now. What we have now is a Legacy 26, which is 8 tons per hectare. We want to get a better variety that is almost 12 or 15 tons, but a proper drought tolerant variety into that effect, and a variety that is resistant to insect, for instance, like a 4-army worm disease.
Thanks so much for watching Business Live. I am Pious Kojo Backah.
Business Live on Joy News was brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Telecel, connecting energies.
from the sun-drenched streets of Cannes, I bring you the 79th Cannes Film Festival, a global celebration of cinema, culture, and storytelling. At the heart of this year's festival is the Afro Nova Pavilion, a vibrant platform dedicated to showcasing Africa's finest creative talents onto the world stage. For the past 7 years, this platform has served as a hub dedicated to promoting Africa's creative industries and its diaspora while fostering high-level exchanges between filmmakers, investors, institutions,